This is my NorthStar 31-gallon tow-behind sprayer that I've modified to run liquid fertilizer through. Now, when I was purchasing it, they told me it'll completely void the warranty if I run fertilizer through it. And that's fine. The reason why it voids the warranty is because they say the fertilizer will clog the pump. I don't think it will. It will if you just run it through and then don't rinse it out. Talk about that a little bit later. But I want to show you how I custom modified this to be optimal for foliar feeding my fruit trees and other things. And this tow behind sprayer was the most economical way I could figure out how to do it besides backpack spraying, 6 acres, which is not possible anymore. So I want to show you what I did. So this pump is 2.2 gallons per minute with a max of 70 psi, and I've ran it probably 4 times so far, and it seems to have enough pressure for my application. I use this spray wand here. This one came with it. I ordered some different ones, but I actually like this one better. But what I did was I just upgraded the nozzle on it, because if you're running super expensive like foliar spray through it, you want to make sure that you're getting a good mist instead of large bead particle droplets. So the other major modification that I made to this is actually right in here. This is a bilge pump that I installed to be used as an agitator to constantly cycle the fertilizer inside. If you're going to use things that settle to the bottom, you want to make sure it has agitation. This pump here, this part is the pressure gauge, and it actually goes all the way down through into the tank. So there's an opening inside the tank here, and it shoots any overflow water down into the tank. So it's a slight agitator, but it's really not good for what I need. I need more circulation. So I just installed this. I'll show you how it operates. Actually, before that, some people were asking me how I mounted this to the bottom, and what I did was I actually just drilled through the bottom, and I'll show you what it looks like. But I mounted this bracket in here so it can just clip right in there like that, and it's not going anywhere. So here's the bottom. This is where the bracket is mounted, right there. And I used the washers that have that rubber gasket seal, and then I also put some silicone on it, and it is not leaked yet. I don't think it will. So before I show you it circulating with water, what I did to get it to fit was I made a little cut right here. I wrapped it with electrical tape so I can fit that right in there, and it actually still allows you to put on this cap, and there'll be pretty much no seal, so you can twist this on pretty good. And then the bilge pump wires weren't long enough, so I ran some 18 AWG wires to match this pump all the way, give it some length, and then I put an inline fuse, about a 5 amp into here, just so it would blow the fuse before anything happened to the bilge pump. And when I'm running it, I'll be running this bilge pump agitator off of a external battery, and then I'll be running the pump off of a external battery as well. So I'll have 2 batteries, and I'll show you what it looks like. So there you go. I mean, it's really moving some water in here. So it should be plenty. I still haven't ran it yet with this agitator. We'll see if it's enough, but I don't see why it wouldn't be with how much water it's moving. If you're going to be running fertilizer through your spray pump, one thing you're just going to want to make sure to do really well is put clean water in it, and when you fill it up, you want to use a calcium inhibitor filter just to prevent particle buildup and water hardness. And then after you're done spraying your fertilizer, you want to fill it, honestly, at least halfway up and run the whole tank through the pump. Reason is some of these fertilizers we're using can dry up inside there and then clog the pump. You can always replace the pump, but I'd rather not. And after I'm done, just make sure that you run clean water through it using the calcium inhibitor, and just run it through for like 5 minutes, and then you should be good. I always try to leave a little bit of water inside here after I'm done. Like, I don't completely drain it and empty it, just to prevent any buildup and drying of fertilizer material. So, yeah. One of the last things I did was I put 2 cleats on here, just drilled through the top. I don't think water will get through there, but it's fine. I use it to wrap these cords around. When you have these long cords, they just get into a tangled mess. So I have 1 cleat over here for the pump, then I have the other cleat here for the bilge pump. There wasn't much information online using a bilge pump as an agitator, so I wanted to give it a shot, see if it works. But overall, the total investment for this was probably about 400 bucks. So not too bad, and it'll save me a lot of time when I'm spraying. So I'll be using, I'll show you more. I'll make another video about what I'm spraying with. But for now, I really like it. I think it was a worthwhile investment. And if you're asking how far the sprayer can spray, it can spray about 15 to 20 feet with this setup here. This is an adjustable nozzle. It's made by T-Jet. I believe it's a number 8, and it's been fine for me. So one last note. When I got the spray tank, it did not come with instructions on how to assemble it. So I used a manual I found online, and it actually had a missing component, which was an O-ring that should have been in here. So I had to go to the hardware store and get some O-rings, because when I turned it on before, it was just spraying out, and a lot of these connections were loose as well, so there was a lot of leaks. So I really had to clamp down on all these connections here. But with a little bit of custom making, a little bit of love, you can have yourself a nice toe behind sprayer for all your fruit trees. So hope this was informative. Hope you learned something. I wish when I was building this I had some more information, but I asked ChatGPT if it'll work, and it said it did, so we'll see. That's it. See ya.